Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness. Good morning, how are you? Well, this is Brother E, and I am back here with Church Without Walls, and we're actually going through Proverbs chapter 3. Of course, this episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, True Detergent, black-owned and manufactured True Detergent right here in the Atlanta area. We are doing free, oh my goodness, I misspelled the word. We're doing free delivery here in the Atlanta area. Just give us a call, 678-851-2400. This is a 101-ounce bottle, 4 times concentrated, and you can get it for $15. It's 15 cents per wash. True Detergent, go ahead and make the switch. Now, what we're doing, guys, is that we are actually going through the Proverbs. We're taking one a week, and then what I want you guys to do is I want you to actually read this proverb every day for 7 days. So we're in chapter 3. Of course, there's many proverbs in this, but we're just going to read chapter 3 and just read it once and then read it every day one time so we can start to get this stuff in us. And I just started, that's where I started, guys. When I started with the Bible, that's what I started. I started with Proverbs. I was like, well, hey, I'll start where there's wisdom. And then wisdom is more precious or more valuable than gold. And so as you gain more wisdom, then you're actually going to use that wisdom to get more gold. But there are principles that I found in Proverbs that were you just couldn't say they were false. You couldn't say they were untrue. And so for people who are like, hey, whatever you want to think about the Bible, just start in Proverbs. And that's just what I did. So I decided that I'm going to share with people what I did to help me get to where I am. And one of those things was I got wisdom. And where did I get wisdom from? Well, the main place that I got it was from the Bible. So again, chapter 3. Feel free to, again, my task to you guys is to make sure you read chapter 3 once every day for the next 7 days, and then we'll move on to chapter 4 next Sunday. Now, I do have a couple things coming up. We got stock market class for kids, so that is going to be this Saturday coming up. So if you haven't registered your child yet, please do so. Grades 4 through 8 are welcome to come and start learning a little bit about the stock market and how they can make their money work for them. And then also, if you want to get True Detergent, maybe you're not in the Atlanta area, but you do want to order, you do want to support your own. Well, there's a link as well in the description where you can actually order your True Detergent online. So we are working very diligently to get people to make the switch with something that's very easy, which is detergent. I mean, everybody's going to wash their clothes. It's just a matter of what are you going to use to wash your clothes with. And what I'm saying is, we got a black-owned manufacturer, black-owned product. Why not give our brother and sister a try and go ahead and make True your detergent of choice? All right, what's going on, Miss Wendy B and AA Ron? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, it's Proverbs chapter 3. Wisdom is more valuable than gold. Let's get it. So we're going to be talking about don't assume you know it all, the very tree of life, and then also never walk away. And this is out of the Message Bible. So I figured the Message Bible is a little easier to read, a little easier to comprehend for most, so why not start there? So this is the Message Bible, and we're going through chapter 3, and your task is to read chapter 3 once a day, every day for the next 7 days, so you can get it in you. All right, chapter 3. What's going on, Miss Black Butterfly? Shauna, how you doing? So don't assume you know it all. Good friend, don't forget all I've taught you. Take to heart my commands. They'll help you live a long, long time, a long life lived full and well. Now, don't you want to live a long, long time? Good morning, Miss Dion Blackshear Thomas. How are you? Live a long, long time. Don't lose your grip on love and loyalty. Repeat that again. Don't lose your grip on love and loyalty. Tie them around your neck. Carve their initials on your heart. Earn a reputation for living well in God's eyes and the eyes of the people. Trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do. Everywhere you go, He's the one who will keep you on track. Repeat that again. You want to listen for God's voice in everything you do and everywhere you go. He's the one who will keep you on track. Now, I want to stop there for just a second, because I think too often we don't recognize God's voice, or we don't recognize the voice of the Spirit and what it's telling us and what it's leading us to do. I think many times because we're so distracted by what's on the outside. We're so distracted by television, by radio, whatever it is, by the noise that's going on in society, that we just have a hard time recognizing the voice of God that's going on in our life. And I found that when I get to a still place, or every day I take some time to meditate, or every day I take some time to cut everything off and just sit. And I found that to be very, very relaxing, very, very stress-free. And it's a place and time where I'm actually able to hear from my Lord. And whatever directions or whatever it is, it's just my time with God. And he's given me so many instructions where I can now, I've now gotten to a place where I can tell that it's his voice. You know what I mean? Because it's always something that's bigger than me. It's always something. It's like, oh God, you want me to do this? You sure? So so maybe you need to find a place in your life where you can just get away from it all and get with God, so you can hear his voice, you can listen to his voice, you can understand his voice, you can know that it's him talking to you, and not have to be confused. Or is that God? Is that you, Lord? Anyway, so listen for God's voice in everything you do. Everywhere you go, he's the one who will keep you on track. Don't assume that you know it all. Run to God and run from evil. Your body will glow with health. Your very bones will vibrate with life. Honor God with everything you own. Give him the first and the best. Give him the first and your best. And one place that you can start, guys, is giving him the first of your day. Give him the first of your day. If you don't have the money, or you don't have the crops, or you don't have whatever, your time is the most valuable thing that you have. So how much time are you giving to God? And he's saying here, you want to honor God with everything you own, and you want to give him your first and your best. Well, why not start by giving him the first of your day? Your barns will burst. Your wine fats will be brim over, but don't, dear friend, resent God's discipline. Don't sulk under his love and correction. It's the child he loves that God corrects. It's the child he loves that God corrects. Let me put that in the comments below. It's the child he loves that God corrects. And that's important to know, man, because I think many times, we think of correction or discipline as being a bad thing. We think of the consequences that come with bad actions or course correction in your life to get you back on track. We think of it as a bad thing. But the reality is, if there was no discipline, especially, just think about your parents. If your parents never discipline you, then that would show a little lack of love. They're going to allow you to keep going in the wrong direction. No. So it's the child he loves that God corrects. A father's delight is behind all of this. The very tree of life. You're blessed when you meet Lady Wisdom, when you make friends with Madam Insight. She's worth far more than money in the bank. Her friendship is better than a big salary. She's worth far more than money in the bank, and her friendship is better than a big salary. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about wisdom. You're blessed when you meet the Lady Wisdom and you meet with Madam Insight. So everybody put in the comments below, Lady Wisdom and Madam Insight. Wisdom and insight. Man, I'm telling you guys, when you open yourself up to wisdom and insight, your whole life goes to a whole other stratosphere, because now you're operating from a place of strength. You're operating from a place of far beyond intuition. You can see what's going to happen before it happens. You got wisdom and you got insight. Nothing can throw you off because you got wisdom and you got insight. Far more precious than money in the bank and also a big salary. Her value exceeds all the trappings of wealth. Nothing you could wish for holds a candle to her. With one hand, she gives long life. With the other, she confers recognition. Her manner is beautiful. Her life wonderfully complete. She's the very tree of life that those who embrace her hold her tight and be blessed. What's going on, Cookie? How are you? Those who embrace her hold her tight and be blessed. With Lady Wisdom, God formed earth. With Madam Insight, he raised heaven. They knew when to signal rivers and springs to the surface and dew to descend from the night skies. This same wisdom and insight, which helped form the heavens and the earth, is available to you and I. This same wisdom and insight, which is far more precious than rubies or gold, is available to you and I. And it's the wisdom, I would say, from God that gives us the ability to create. Did you know that he has given us the ability or the power to create wealth? This is why wisdom and insight is more powerful than rubies or gold or money in the bank or a big salary or a promotion. Why? Because it's wisdom and insight that gives you the power to create the things that you think that you want here on the earth. So if you're saying, hey, I want to be rich, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be rich, but let me clear that up, by the way. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a prosperous life. But the problem is if you're focusing on prosperity instead of focusing on what? On wisdom and insight. There's a problem there. If you're focusing just on the money, just on getting or acquiring things, then I would say that things have you. Because the truth is, our focus should be on wisdom and insight. How to create it, how to manage it, how to deal with it when it comes into our hands. Because it is stored and laid up for us. We just got to go get it. But we need to go get it with the instruction, the discipline of God behind us. Wisdom and insight is far more precious than rubies or gold. Now, how many of you guys have found that to be true in your life? Like, you got some money, but you have no wisdom, no insight, and you just find yourself doing dumb stuff with money. How many of you guys have found out that, man, if I just had a little bit more wisdom, if I had a little bit more insight, then my road to riches will be that much easier? And why is that, guys? Because you really get to a point where riches is not you don't strive for riches anymore. It becomes easy because you're not striving for it. You're not going after this tangible thing. And also you have the right heart condition when it comes into your life so that you can go and do the good things to help this world out versus doing what the greedy and the lustful and all that do. So when you have wisdom and insight, now you are being led with what to do with your money versus just doing what you want to do from your own ego, from your own will. You're being led on what to do with the stuff that comes into your hand. What's going on, Coleman? How are you? So wisdom and insight. So never walk away, man. Dear friend, guard clear thinking and common sense with your life. Don't for a minute lose sight of them. They'll keep your soul alive and well. They'll keep you fit and attractive. You'll travel safely. You'll never tire nor trip. You'll take afternoon naps without worry. You'll enjoy a good night's sleep. No need to panic over alarms or surprises or predictions that doomsday just around the corner, because God will be right there with you. He'll keep you safe and sound. So again, these two things here. So we had Lady Wisdom, we had Madam Insight. Now we have clear thinking and common sense. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. Clear thinking and common sense. So from the Message Bible, it's 4 distinct things that he wants you to get: wisdom, insight, clear thought, and common sense. So go ahead and put in the comments below clear thinking and common sense. Now, what does this clear thinking and common sense do for you? Well, it keeps you stress-free. It keeps your soul alive and well. It helps you to just travel abroad without tiring or tripping. You don't get tired. You don't fall. You don't trip over your own feet. You'll be able to sleep peacefully because you got a clear thought and you got common sense. He said that you don't panic over things that happen. You don't get flustered with the stuff that happens in this world because you got clear thinking and common sense. And when you hear about all this terror in the noonday, it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why is that? Because you got clear thinking and common sense. And because God, with this clear thought that God is with you and he'll be right there with you to keep you safe and sound. So never walk away from someone who deserves help. Your hand is God's hand for that person. Don't tell your neighbor, maybe some other time, or try me tomorrow, when the money's right there in your pocket. How many of us have done that? Somebody comes up to us. It could be, man, it happens a lot of times with the homeless or with the people that's on the corner, right? Come up to you asking for help, and we're too busy to help them. We got to get to our next appointment. We make the excuse that we don't have the money when we do. We think that the money that comes into our hand is only for us. It's only for me and my children. It's only for me and my family. This little bit of money. But I found in my life, you tell me if this is true for you. When I got to the place where I help other people, when I give my money away, I can't stop the flow of money coming in. See, it's something, I don't know what it is, but there's something about when I got my hand like this that I can't accept anything more. But when I open my hand like this to give and to help other people, now my hand is open to receive more from the Lord. How about you? Have you found that to be true in your life that when you hold on to every little bit of penny that you got, you try to make it last, that you find that it's very hard to come by? It's like, man, I just need to get a little bit more money. But when you open your hand up and you begin to give, from your first and your best to other people that are in need, in much more need than you, do you find that more opportunities to acquire wealth or to create wealth? And when I talk about, and listen, when I talk about opportunities, I'm not just talking about opportunities that come from outside. I'm talking about opportunities that even come from the inside. You get more ideas. You know what I'm saying? Your business starts to thrive. The one thing that you are doing starts to take off because you're a person that is willing to use what you get to help other people. And then God sees that. He says, you know, this is a person I can entrust with more. To whom much is given, much more is required. But what I found is the more that you give, the more that you can get. The more capacity that you have in your life, because you're doing what God wants you to do. You're doing what Lady Wisdom wants you to do. You're doing what Madam Insight wants you to do. You're operating from a place of clear thinking and common sense. Yeah, witty inventions, man. I'm telling you. It's the Creator gives you the ability to create and to actually create wealth from the ideas that you get. I mean, there's nothing more powerful, I think, than an imagination. The ability to think beyond what you see, and then use your imagination to create things that'll solve problems here on the earth. And let me tell you how you can get rich, guys. And this is simple, right? The way that you get rich is you solve more problems and you serve more people. Everybody put this in the comments below. I want you to solve more problems and serve more people. Let me say that again. Solve more problems, serve more people. So I want you to think about today, this week, how can I solve another problem? And then I also want you to think about this. How can I serve more people? If you really are talking about getting to the wealthy place, that's the formula. You got to solve more problems. There's plenty of problems here in the earth. There's plenty of problems. The problem is there's not enough people who are finding solutions. So if you just become a solution-based person who's going to say, hey, this is a problem that I want to solve, and I'm going to come up with a solution to solve this. And this problem, it affects enough people. So by me bringing a solution to this problem, inherently, not only am I solving the problem, but I'm also serving enough people that can purchase the solution. They can use the solution that I'm bringing to this problem. Too many people are still focused on the problem. And it's only a few of us who are actually looking for and creating the solution. Solve more problems, serve more people. Don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder. Oh my goodness, this one right here is probably for a lot of people. Don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder. Now, this is the good book telling us not to walk around with a chip on our shoulder. And quite honestly, I see too many brethren walking around with a chip on their shoulder. They'll be in church today with a chip on their shoulder. Crazy. Don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder, always spoiling for a fight. Don't try to be like those who shoulder their way through life. Why be a bully? Why not, you say? Because God can't stand twisted souls. Oh my goodness. God can't stand twisted souls. It's the straightforward who get his respect. It's the straightforward who get his respect. God's curse blights the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. God's curse blights the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He gives proud skeptics a cold shoulder. But if you're down on your luck, he's right there to help. Wise living gets rewarded with honor. Stupid living gets the booby prize. Wise living gets rewarded with honor. Well, guys, this is chapter 3 of Proverbs, and my task to you is to read this chapter once a day for 7 days. Because I truly do believe that wisdom is more valuable than gold, and in all thy wisdom, you should get understanding. And so why not start in the wisest portion of the book there is, and that is in Proverbs. It's wise, and it gives you steps or instruction for practical living. And these same truths, they stand the test of time. See, truth never fades. Truth never disappears. And so that's why I say that principles never change, but strategies do. Apply these principles to your life. Do what God has for you to do. Make Lady Wisdom, Madam Insight, clear thinking, and common sense a priority in your life. Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on, Justin? How are you, man? So here's the deal, man. We talked about a couple things today. Don't assume that you know it all. We talked about the very tree of life, and never walk away from someone who deserves help. But then we also picked up at the very end that God loves those who are straightforward. Those are the ones that get his respect. So don't walk around with a chip on your shoulder. Don't always be looking for a fight. Don't be so easily offended today. Get it off. Let it go. Let everybody put in the comments below. Let it go. Let it go. And if you don't know who to give it to God. Let it go. Let it go today. It's not your battle. It's not your fight. Let it go. Just let it go. That's all I need to say to you. Just let it go. Well, guys, this is ERGJ, also known as Brother E, here today with your Church Without Walls. And I truly do believe that as long as there are two or more gathered together in his name, there he is. And I know I got some brothers and sisters here today that are here with us in spirit. And so he is right here with us. Church is not a building, it's a people. And so I just wanted to share with you guys some things that have helped me to become the person who I am. And reading through Proverbs has actually changed the way that I think. And it's helped me to change my results in life. And so I want to give that to you today. And your task again, and our task together is give God our first and our best. That's the beginning of our day, the best part of our day. And let us join in together every day reading Proverbs. And this is Proverbs chapter 3 every day for the next 7 days. And then on next Sunday, we'll move into Proverbs chapter 4. Get it in you. Have a good day. Be blessed. I'm out.